I want to tell you something. It's very hard for me to admit this, but I need help.
Greetings, friends. We are FarmFit.
So Selah, what's something that you've heard me say a lot of?
Can't say can't, never say never.
Yes, those are lessons that I try to convey. And another one that I try to convey is you can do almost anything in life, but you can't do
Everything in life.
So that's one of the times that I say that you can use the word can, because you can't do it all. Everything that pops in your head, we are limited human beings, so we can't do everything that pops in our head. But we can do so much. You are capable of doing so many things. Your brothers, myself, Lacie, and all those out there watching, you are capable of doing so much. You have great potential. However, all the different ideas and things that pop in your mind, you have to learn to say, I am not able to do everything that pops in this head of mine, but I need to focus and do those things which I am truly passionate about. And speaking of that you can do some neat things, I want to tell you about a story.
Yay!
When we lived in the city, I did a lot. This was our first time owning a home, Lacie and I. So we were doing gardening, and we were doing a lot of landscaping things for the first time as far as it being our own home. And one of the projects that I had to take on, and it was quite the undertaking for me, is there was this tree that was growing. Our yard was fenced in, the backyard was. And this tree had grown for a number of years into the fence. And I ended up cutting the tree down and then having to take the roots in the trunk of the tree out of the fence was quite the challenge. I didn't have an excavator to use. I could have waited and maybe rented one or borrowed one from Poppy. But you know what? I said, I can do this. I need to do this. I need to see if I can get this root system in this trunk out from here, out of the fence, out of the yard. And you know what?
You got it?
It was quite the challenge. I definitely got a good workout and definitely some character building, but I got it out. So like I said, you can do a lot. But one of the lessons that I had to learn, and I regret that I didn't learn it sooner, was that lesson that I told you. I'm not able to do everything in life. But the most humbling lesson that I had to learn, that I have had to learn, and I'm still working on learning is, you know what?
What?
I need help. We all need help at different times in our life, and we need to be able to have people who support what we're doing and who are willing to help us out and to help us reach our goals. You know, that's very important. You know what? Since you and Josiah have been really excelling and helping out on the farm, that has been a huge help to me, and I really appreciate that. And with needing help, it's very important that we surround ourselves with people who can be a part of our support team, people who believe in the things that we are doing. You know what? When I began bodybuilding, you want to know who my favorite and most supportive person was?
Who?
It was Mommy.
Wow.
She was there with me, helping me prep meals, helping me during my workouts, even helped spot me. She was the most consistent workout partner that I had. I had people that just couldn't last, but Mommy would always be there. We'd have long full days of work, and then in the evenings she'd be there at the gym with me at 10 o'clock at night, helping me to pursue the bodybuilding goals that I had. And she was there from the first competition that I had to the one where I won it all. And that was my goal. But that story's to come. But it's very important that you have that support team. You will find out, as I did and other people have as well, that when you're going after something, a goal in life, there's going to be people who don't believe in what you're doing. They're not cheering you on like you think they would. There's some people that you would think, oh man, they're automatically going to be there to help and support me. But that can be a hard lesson too, finding out that some of the closest people around you may not be the ones who are your biggest cheerleaders, and that can be tough. But you know what? When you find the people who support you, and I'm thankful that I've had friends and family members who have supported me, whether it be bodybuilding or farming, but when you run into those people who don't believe in you, that can be tough, really tough. But hang in there and stay focused, because you can do it. You can do it, Selah. You can do it. You can do it. But we want to thank you all for those of you who believe in us and who are a part of our support team. We support one another, but you who watch our videos and subscribe to our channels and follow us on various social media, you are part of our support team. And those of you who go the extra mile and support us on Patreon, thank you very much for believing in us and supporting us. We appreciate you believing in what we're doing, right?
Yep.
So thank you very much. And speaking of support teams, we had an opportunity to be a cheer and support team for your Uncle Cody, right?
Yep.
And here recently, Cody competed in a competition where we were there cheering him on.
Yeah.
And Cody is Lacey's brother. And Cody is a masonry teacher for high school students. He's worked as a mason for my father-in-law for a number of years, as I did too. I wasn't a mason, but I got the opportunity to work for Poppy in his masonry business, where they've constructed buildings and a number of other structures. And masonry, let me tell you, it is a craft that is a very important trade and is needed for society. Farming is too, but so is masonry, and being able to have buildings made with quality materials and with quality skilled individuals is very important. And Cody had an opportunity to compete in the Bricklayer 500, and we were there to cheer and support him on. And Cody, a couple years ago, I don't know if you know, but he was the high school national champion. So we used to talk together that there were two champions in the family. Since I was a champion of bodybuilding, Cody was a champion bricklaying. So it had been a number of years since he had been in a competition, but this time he was back.
Yep.
When we arrived at the competition, I was amazed. There were a lot of people there, and the energy there was fantastic. They were shooting t-shirts into the crowd. It made me feel like I was in a major sporting event or something. It was cool. I loved it. And it was neat to see as we got there and found out where Cody was, that he and his laborer, Paul, they were focused. They were in zone, weren't they? I like that, the zone.
Zone.
The zone. Let's do the zone together. The zone.
Zone.
Cody was in the zone. And for those of you who don't know, with masonry, you basically have a mason who will be the bricklayer, who will be putting the bricks down and the mortar. But then you have the laborer, and the laborer basically provides the mason, the bricklayer, with the materials that they need. The mortar, making sure it's mixed and ready to go, and then having the right amount of bricks, and just providing that mason with all the things that he needs. And during this competition, they had just that. Cody was the bricklayer and Paul was his laborer. And for this competition, it was actually a national qualifier to go to nationals, where you had the opportunity to win over $100,000. That's pretty serious. And the criteria for the competition was who could lay the most sellable wall, and that was based on the wall being square, level, plumb, clean, and whoever laid the most amount of bricks in the allotted time that the competitors had. So it's pretty exciting.
It was pretty neat to hear Uncle Cody's name in the intros.
It sure was.
And it's stall number 10 from Allward Masonry, bricklayer Cody Allward, and tender Paul Klein. Let's have a nice hand for all of our teams competing today.
And then they even had a countdown where you could just feel the intenseness of the competition as it was getting ready to begin. And then bang, they got started.
Clock ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, everybody.
And once the competition got started, it was neat to see them going at it.
Go, Cody, go! Go, Cody, go!
And Cody was laying so many bricks, Micah even got tired and needed some water. And then the time was up to lay the brick. And then after that, they had an allotted time to joint the brick. And that's basically going in between the brick, this is a block here, and then just making them look pretty. And then they announced the winner.
But Uncle Cody didn't win.
Nope, he didn't this time. But you know what? He only had a little bit of time to prepare for this competition because he decided to do it a little bit late. But you know what? He's going back in 2019. So go, Cody!
Go, Cody!
And Paul!
And Paul.
And after the competition was over, the kids just had to go see the construction equipment that was out there. They had an excavator, a front end loader, and a forklift. And look at that equipment over there. You like that, Josiah? What about you, Micah? Is that cool?
So hard to see from the moment we arrived. You are one who will survive.
Micah even got comfortable, which he loves to do, in the seat of the excavator. He thought he was working it.
On everyone. I think of you.
And I don't know what Josiah was doing when he climbed in the bucket of the excavator. I guess he wanted Micah to scoop him up.
Well, that's it for this vlog.
Hope you enjoyed it, and for those of you who haven't subscribed already and you want to be a part of our support team, subscribe. That's it for now. We'll see you next time. Grow on.
Thanks for watching.
Feel free to leave a comment below, even if it's just to say, hey. Also, make sure you don't miss any of our new videos. So, subscribe and sign up to receive notifications each time we release a new video. Also, you may want to check out these videos right here, and also check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. See you next time.